this video is all about looking for the value of x. Now we are given this triangle where you have x squared and x to the power 3. So when you look at it, you see that the hypothesis of the triangle is x to the power 3. So now let's solve this. Now solving this, solving this, you have this triangle like this. It's a right angle triangle. You have here x squared, here is x, here is x cubed. Now according to, let me just put alphabetical. Let me label this alphabetically. So now you have A, B, and C. Now, according to Pythagoras theorem, you have our A, C square equal to A, B square plus B, C square. Now, the AC square is x cubed square, which is equal to all square. Then now x AB is a square all to the power 2 plus BC is x all to the power 2. So this one is the same thing as saying, according to the law of indices, if you have m to the power m, a to the power m all to the power n is equal to a to the power mn. So the exponential will multiply each other, that is m times n. So that is what we're going to use here. Now if you use these two, multiply this one inside, you have 6, which is equal to x. If you use these two, multiply this one inside, you have 4 plus, there is 1 here, 2 times 1 is x raised to power 2. So now we have this as the answer. So now let's move all this term to this other side. So now we have x to the power 6 minus x to the power 4 minus x to the power 2 is equal to 0. Now let's factor out. Instead of factoring out, what we're going to do is let's factor out. There are common factors. X raised to power 2 is a common factor, so you say x raised to power 2 into, now if x raised to power 2 divides this x raised to power 6, you have x raised to power 4 minus, if it divides this x raised to power 4, it will be x raised to power 2. Then if it divides x raised to power 2 divide x raised to power 2, you have minus 1 is equal to 0. Which implies that x raised to power 2 is equal to 0, or x raised to power 4 minus x raised to power 2 minus 1 is equal to 0. So they say x is equal to 0 from this, plus or minus, but that is, for this is the solution, but that solution we will not go for it because this one is just 0. So if here is 0, here is 0, here is 0, a triangle is not formed, so this is not part of it. Now we'll rely on this. So now you have x raised to power 4 minus x raised to power 2 minus 1 is equal to 0. So this same thing, I can rewrite it as x raised to power 2 times 2, because 2 times 2 is 4. So minus x raised to power 2 minus 1 is equal to 0. So this thing is the same thing as using this law of indices. You can write it as x raised to power 2 or raised to power 2 minus x raised to power 2 minus 1 is equal to 0. Now let p be equal to x raised to power 2. Substituting that, you have p raised to power 2 minus p minus 1 is equal to 0. Now we now have p raised to power 2 minus p minus 1 is equal to 0. So using the quadratic formula, you have a to be equal to 1, b to be equal to minus 1, c to be equal to minus 1. That is from ax squared plus, okay, let me use p. Let me speak ap squared plus bp plus c equal to 0. Now the formula is p will be equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by what? 2a. So now we have b to be minus 1, so you have minus into minus 1 plus or minus the square root of minus 1 squared minus 4 times 1, which is a, times c, which is minus 1, all divided by 2 times what? 1. So this will give you here minus times minus 1 will give you 1 plus or minus the square root of this will give you 1 plus 4 divided by what? 2. So that means our p is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of what? 5 all over 2. So p will now be 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2, or 1 minus the square root of 5 all over 2. So with this, now let's now bring back the value of, now we say p is equal to x squared. P is equal to x squared. We say let p be equal to x squared. So bringing it back, that means x squared is equal to 1 plus or minus square root of 5 divided by 2, or 1 minus the square root of 5 divided by 2. So from this expression, this one will give us complex numbers. So but that means this is not, there is no real numbers here. So, and what we want to apply it is on geometry, so this one does not apply. So we now work with this. So now we now have x squared now is equal to 1 plus the square root of 5 divided by 2. So taking the square root of both sides, you have square root of both sides. You now have this to be x, then this to be plus or minus the square root of 1 plus square root of 5 divided by what? 2. So this is the final answer. Thank you for watching till the end. Have a nice day, and also do well to subscribe, like, share, and also send your comments in the comment section. Thank you.